Guyana's National Flood Risk Management Program, run under the Ministry of Agriculture, has been given a massive boost with the signing recently of a $1.3 billion contract with General Engineering Supplies and Services Inc. for the rehabilitation of the Liliandal and Ogle drainage catchment areas in Region 4. Funding for this project is being provided by the World Bank, representatives of which were on hand to witness the signing. This contract was among 6 contracts signed in the boardroom of the Ministry of Agriculture recently and overseen by Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa. In brief comments before the signing of the contracts, Minister Mustafa said the contracts are part of government's overall development agenda for the agriculture sector. He stressed that government recognizes the importance of drainage, especially along coastal Guyana, and has been putting in the resources and the work to mitigate against a repeat of the flooding experienced in 2005, in which most of Region 4 was inundated by floodwaters.
This is the first tranche of contracts that we are signing, and the World Bank representative would have mentioned an important contract, right, that we are signing this afternoon to the tune about approximately $1.3 billion, and that is the flood risk management project for the Demerara area. This project from the World Bank is a continuation of the government partnership with World Bank and other funding agencies to improve the drainage system in vulnerable areas. You know for a fact that Guyana over the years, and we are seeing it real now, we are seeing climate change real, and over the years we have seen a number of areas that were flooded. In 2005, Guyana here in Georgetown and the East Coast would have suffered one of the most serious floods. And then in 2021, we would have suffered the most devastating floods in the history of our country. So as a government, we are very cognizant of the fact that we have to improve our drainage system over the years, and we have been doing that. And you know for a fact both His Excellency the President and the Vice President have been talking about the improvement in our DNI system. I'm happy to say that over the last 2.5 years, we have seen a number of pump stations, new pumps, canals, cokers, sluices, and other areas that have been rehabilitated. And as we are improving the DNI aspect, the drainage and irrigation aspect, the flood risk management aspect of our country, we are seeing more and more development, especially in the agriculture sector. This project that was mentioned just now by the resident representative of the World Bank will aid us in the East Coast. You heard the area Ogle to Liliandal, but for me, it will help the entire Region 4, the eastern part of Region 4, and it will contribute to the easing of flooding in these areas. And this, I want to, on behalf of the government, to extend our appreciation and thanks to the World Bank. And as I said, we have been partnering with the World Bank over the years to build this structure.
Speaking earlier, World Bank representative in Guyana, Ms. Diletta Duretti, said the signing of the contract for the Flood Risk Management Program is an important milestone under the Flood Risk Management Program.
Through the signing to this contract, the government of Guyana, through the Ministry of Agriculture, will focus on the rehabilitation of the Ogle and Liliandal drainage catchment areas. In particular, on the upgrading of the pumping station at Liliandal and introduction and renovation of the sluice gates at Ogle. A couple of important points I would like to highlight related to this contract. First of all, that the contract, which total value is over $6 million US dollars, it's been awarded to a local Guyanese company, which is here today with us, the General Engineering Supplies and Services, hence demonstrating the capacity that local Guyanese companies have in these areas and in general in construction. The other important point from our side is that through this project, the Guyana Flood Risk Management Project, the government is contributing to decrease the risk of flood risk in the greater area of Georgetown, which is very, very important, especially as the area of Georgetown is expanding quickly. And the last part related to this, that the World Bank is supporting the government of Guyana, providing technical assistance with the development of a complementary master plan related to the Georgetown metropolitan area, which will be completed shortly. And this master plan will provide a comprehensive assessment and option for long-term and high-priority investment in areas that will need to be rehabilitated, and will complement existing work done under the Guyana Flood Risk Management Project. So
the other contracts signed included a contract between NARI and Agrosol totaling $185 million for the construction of 100 tunnel houses. The NDIA also signed contracts which will see the construction of drainage structures at Palmyra, the Quarantine, and a revetment along the Lamaha Canal in Georgetown. Commenting on these contracts, Minister Mustafa stressed the importance of contractors ensuring that government gets value for money.
Also today we'll see a number of other structure, a number of other projects being signed, contracts signed for those projects. And the total value of the entire signing ceremony this afternoon is approximately $2 billion. And we'll be seeing the construction of revetment along the Lamaha Canal. You know for a fact that we have seen some erosion there. We will see a construction of office and laboratory for the Guyana Food Safety Authority. And this is a very important project because as Guyana advances, we are now looking at the Food Safety Authority to be housed at in one building, and all the regulations must fall under the Guyana Food Safety Authority. And the Ministry of Agriculture has that responsibility. And we'll see now the contract signed this afternoon for the construction of a laboratory and an office building at LBI on the east coast of Demerara. Also, many of you who would have listened to the budget and read the budget, you have seen that the president last year started the Youth Entrepreneurial Innovation Program for young people, and we'll continue with that this year. And in this year's budget, $200 million have been allocated to this project. And this afternoon, we'll also sign a contract for the procurement of 100 tunnel houses. That will, as we said, that we will not only do the program in Region 4, but we'll take this program across this country. And as I am speaking here this morning only, I was able to look at a number of requests coming from young people in various parts of the country where they are interested in going into these areas. And that augurs well for us because as from the government perspective and from the Ministry of Agriculture, we are encouraging young people to be part in agriculture. We want to make agriculture more modern, less labor intensive. And I am happy to see the interest being exhibited by young people coming into the agriculture sector. Also, we'll see the GLDA and other agencies will be procuring feed for the livestock industry. And you know for a fact that we have been putting a lot of energy and a lot of effort to develop our livestock industry. Because of the initiative that the government has and the Ministry of Agriculture, a number of small farmers have now started poultry production, starting the rearing of these black giant birds, and that will help us to improve our egg production too in rural communities.